Y'all are such haters, man. All right, I come out and I say I'm happy that Nav is dropping something soon. Let's just exclude the fact that I've rated his last 3-4 albums trash out of 10, bad out of 10, garbage out of 10, useless out of 10, boring out of 10. Let's disregard all that. All right, I came out to say on Twitter, hey man, I think that Nav might be doing something tonight, all right? And I got roasted for it. Why? I said something that was positive, and niggas that keep calling me, you know, negative all the time are the ones being the most negative right now. Why would you just do that? I was having a happy moment and I got flamed for it. Y'all all just came over, spread your legs, and nutted in my Cheerios like I'm supposed to just take. Nav came out with a pretty enjoyable song recently called Turks, and he had a Travis Scott feature on there and a feature from someone else. It may have been Quavo. I think I'm wrong on that, but if I'm not, I'm bodying this explanation. And he was the most interesting part of it. And I'm thinking maybe if this dude can take that little bit of talent and put it onto a record, we might have something extremely enjoyable. So stop being negative, all right? I'm going into this completely unbiased, open-minded. Don't act like I didn't like 10 Toes Down off Nav's self-titled mixtape that came out 3 years ago. Don't act like I didn't fucks with that record. Oh, I get it, because see, the last album was Bad Habits, but this album is Good Intentions. Like, you mean to do the right thing, but your habits and your demons keep getting in the way. It's a double album.
I got bad habits, but I still got good intentions.
I look, wait. No. I had no idea. I swear to God, on my life, on my soul, there is nobody behind the camera holding a gun to my head or threatening to cough on me. I swear on Jesus, I did not know this line was coming, all right? He just said it, and it was like, boom, and it just made sense, okay? Now, I'm not being paid. I swear I'm not. I like the little jingle in the beginning, all right? Chill.
If I come inside, she got a king inside her belly. Drink, don't take my cup for yours, cause
what? He said, if I just splurge in there, she's coming out with a king, you know? She not a baby mama, she a queen at that point. Everything that I do is decision based. So if I do something, I have a child, he's automatically a young king. That is a diss to every rapper who had a mistake out here, okay? Those aren't children, those are side babies, they're mistakes. All in all, this track is typical Nav. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't hear the Brown Boy in there, so you know, we might be getting some variation. I don't know. Next track is No Debate with Young Thug. No debate. This thing about to be flyer.
Too much drip. I think we gotta fix the scene. Never know. Got an XOP and it's all glass.
Hey, them drops is kind of doing a little thing on their own, you know?
Back in 1980, I can keep up with the mob. There's no debate.
Oh shit!
Take a bitch in a penthouse and turn into a playground. I got me all over.
Oh no, I can't. I like this song. I really do. Young Thug really makes it for me. I don't know why Nav, being the artist that he is, would hop on a track with an artist with such personality, expecting, you know, himself to look like he contributed anything to the track. But, you know, this could have been just standard Young Thug track. I would have loved it. I think it's still good. But, you know, Young Thug really saves it for me. Those drops are doing the completely different thing outside of the jingle of this beat. Like, they're doing two totally separate things, but it still works. My Business featuring Future.
These millions trying to get a billion. I was born one day before Diddy.
You know, this nigga really ass. But you know, like, how do I say this without being me? He's nowhere near as compelling as possibly, you know, like, and I don't even like doing that, but he's not as compelling as some of the other mainstream acts that might rap about their lives, that might make you a little bit more interested or invested in the things that you're saying. I could see if he had some type of real deep or strong social media presence. You know, I know 6ix9ine is coming out with a song tomorrow. Hate that guy, but you know, he has enough personality that if he told his life story on a track, I'd listen. Here, it's like listening to a computer program talk about their life before they got updated and their life after they were updated. Turks, I've already heard, featuring Travis Scott and Gunna. I thought Nav did a really good job on that track. Brown Boy is number 5. We haven't heard that yet, so let's get into it.
I wonder what it feel like to live his life just for a day. I'm starting to hate. Wonder if he capping when he say.
Oh God, please don't tell me you're making a perspective rap from like a hater's perspective about you. This can't be you doing this. Because this would be the most like self-serving way. Nah, you wouldn't do it.
Be sick when he brag on Brown Boy. roaring out the block, I heard the noise.
This nigga serious? Okay. You literally had to make up. You literally had to make up. That is featuring Lil Uzi. Okay, wait. I might be wrong. Hold up now. Wait a minute.
Got a second mind, cock. Got ice talking rock. Summertime need a drop.
Hold up. This beat doing something crazy. Fuck what he talking about. This beat going crazy.
Yeah, he talk shit, then he got shot. Them bullets went through him, they hot.
Yeah, man, I can rock with that song. You know, I'm not really digging Nav's verse as usual. He tackles a lot of his stuff with the same energy, but Lil Uzi gave something all right, something somewhat decent. That lead up when the beat swells near the bridge, I think that's the best part of the song for me. It doesn't last the entirety of the record, but I can see that status hook getting into my ear. I can hear that. I can see that being like an earworm in the future. So that has some value. I like this track for that reason. So yeah, decent job. Not as great as Turks to me, but still pretty enjoyable. 7, Codeine with Gunna.
I don't need steak, but I'm ready for beef. Told you that I quit, but I still pop beans. You don't smoke OG. I bought your bitch a Mousy for 70 G's. I told her come and ride it for a little.
Dog, how does the energy of a track change so drastically when the dude that comes in and gives his verse is just as trash as you are, but makes it 10 times more enjoyable? How little energy or how little personality or how little effort must a person be putting into their vocals that they sound so dead that in comparison to anyone, they sound immediately like a puppet that's being controlled by someone else? But in this case, the puppet doesn't have any real body parts, so you can't really connect to him the same way you can when you hear someone actually come into the shit. It's just such a big difference. Like, you shouldn't be so lifeless that like the presence of Gunna makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? And you know, at the end of the day, Nav is like 29 or something like that. Like, you really would think the dude just turned or just got into early 20s or something the way he's talking. It's just hard, man. It's really hard. Like, what are the age of the women that you talk to, man? Like, we need to have a serious conversation. Saint Laurenttt, my God, R&B Nav? R-Nav? Hey, yo, I was just playing. Don't sing, please. I swear to God. I will kill myself. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. Nah. This is the last thing he could have done to make me like just stop a track and not play it. I'm gonna play it, but I'm not gonna. Nah, we not about to entertain this nonsense. Like, why waste my time with something like that? You know what I'm saying? Why would you even make that? You know what I'm saying? That's just like, wow. The thought that just came to, I almost said something, man. Like, Trump need to block you out with the wall. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like, that's a terrorist attack. I'm sorry. Come on now, man. What did you think I was gonna say to this track? Or anyone? Why would you make this? Seriously. Why would you do this to yourself? Why would you do this to your audience? Auto-tune on top of robotic effect, on top of lifeless person, on top of standard R&B trap beat. It's like, come on now. What did you think was gonna happen? What did you think niggas was about to be like, oh shit, Nav was just as good as Drake and Chris Brown when they did that No! Ass! Dude tried to mix it up a little bit with the like low yelping background vocal, like smothered in the background underneath the bass. You're not tricking, no, you're not fooling me with that, all right? It's a vibe, but it's trash. 9, Coast to Coast.
Right away, might not get a little street super so we could clean.
Nigga, please, man. Run It Up featuring Pop Smoke. R.I.P. You know, and I've seen a lot of disrespect being thrown at Pop Smoke now. I've heard a lot of people trying to do the whole drill thing now too more. I'm not saying Pop Smoke invented it. I'm just saying, like, they're trying to do it extra hard, and you could tell it's a difference between people paying homage and people just straight up biting. And some people are legitimately just like biting this dude in the way he would slide on the track. I wasn't his biggest fan by any means, but come on, my guy, like, it's blatant at this point.
I was 18 with a pound of weed. I was bagging up dimes at the back of the bus. Hiding from me, throwing down my name. You me to a diamond account. I be getting bitch filling up Uber truck, just counting up cash. Lots of bad habits, I'm popping off tags. I'ma fuck the game up when I drop in. Really think I need my.
That's all I want right there, man. Some momentum, some energy, some drive, my guy. Don't put it in neutral the whole track. Put that bitch in drive and hit the gas.
If you're getting money, nigga, why you hating? If you ain't talking money, my niggas know we y'all. No, I ain't twirling, we showing them stars.
And R.I.P. Pop Smoke. Because now I just remember that he died at like 20 years old. So that just makes me sad. But I think the feature sounds nice. I think he does pretty good on the feature. It sounds good. It doesn't sound like he got it out of somebody's basement or off of a file that was, created in 2012 or something like that. It sounds recent. He sounds clear. I think Nav is going crazy on it, at least crazier than he normally does. And this Pop Smoke feature is nice. Next is Spend It with Young Thug again.
I made it cooler to be brown. I'm burnt out in my city. I don't fuck they bitch.
So what, niggas weren't brown and cool before Nav? No, you just were weird and you were saying the word nigga when you were rapping before. Some people called you out for it and you retracted and said you're not gonna say it no more. Like, you were corny even as a brown celeb. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Why did you say that? You just reminded me of that corny stuff that you just used to do. Like, oh, I'm gonna take a stand and I'm not gonna say it anymore. Like, I don't know if you were saying that because you just, like, what are you doing me a favor not saying it? I don't understand.
That's my bitch, you could really get. I flew to Spain and I hung out in private. I'm not a drug.
All right, so really it's just gonna be a mix between whether or not you like No Debate or Spend It more, because they both are basically them tackling the track in the exact same way over a slightly different instrumental. So which one you like more, that's gonna be the deciding factor. One of the, you're not taking both of them though. You're not taking both. I'm sorry. Recap with Don Toliver. I don't want to recap this whole project.
Took a long time, knowing yourself, avoided contact. That I would never come back. Remember that time you gave me that head, I needed recap. Yeah.
I don't know what. Oh, fuck it. I like Don Toliver's feature here. His verse, his addition to the hook is pretty nice to me. The beat sounds like something you get off of a remastered version of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Nav is okay. It's not bad, you know what I mean? Nav, I feel like I should say something about his feature here or his verse here, but I don't think it's offensive or anything. Like, I don't think he's bad on this at really any capacity. It's just kind of basic, but I'm not really mad at this one, so it is what it is. She hurtin', bro. I'm hurtin'.
Bad intentions, I don't cap about shit when I tell you how perfect you are. Watch for a different color Birkins.
So if you're a legitimate Nav fan, how old are you? Like, I just want to know. I'm not trying to make fun of you or anything. I just really want to know how old you are. Track number 14 is Overdose. Jesus Christ.
Love my fans, they get everything out of me. But when I get depressed, no one can help me.
Can HP laptops get depressed? This track, I guess he's trying to say that, like, it's just really hard to identify with his struggle right now when he's rapping like this. Because it just doesn't feel heartfelt. I can't really connect to it because he's him. Not that anything is wrong with him, but there's something wrong with the way he kind of gets this information out and why it's so, like, emotionless. Like, there's no feeling behind anything that he's saying right now. Track number 15 is Did You Wrong.
Smile on your face. Presidential role, keep you up to date. Watch you every drop of V12 in your...
Like, is this what Astroworld would have sounded like, but like it's B-sides or something, or the C-sides? Like, how do you do this every year? For the past 3 years, you've been... I know. Why am I acting surprised? I don't want to be surprised because I wanted to go in loving this. I really did. I haven't listened to Nav for like a year and a half almost. That's crazy. So I was looking forward to it, low key, but MySpace. Oh my God, not another one, please, Jesus.
Rings, I still won't make you number one. Can't tell the truth, I keep on lying.
I'm actually tired. Mr. Bitches, right? Mr. Bitches, Nav, Brown Boy, 5'7", Indian DJ Khaled, immediately, Heartthrob, Turn On. You need your space, I get it, man. They all over you. I mean, I feel you, bro. 17, No Ice featuring Lil Durk. Lil Durk, I ain't heard him in a minute. I'm happy to hear his voice.
I pulled up class, no book bag and no pencil. Me and my bro, 100K cash, everything I do is stand up. My brother hit a lick, 430 bricks, coke price went up.
Bro, I get it. Your brother hit a lick. Your brother did this. Your brother's in prison. Your brother beat your mans. Your brother did this. Like, what did you do? I would love to hear what he's got to say. Brown boy extraordinaire. Who taught you your ways? You know, let me learn from the master himself. Proud of Me is the final song. Thank God.
I just hope you're proud of me now.
All right, that was Nav with his album Good Intentions. You cannot have good intentions making music like this. I'm sorry. You were a demon. Not the good kind of demon either, man. I've been waiting for somebody to put like a demon on for a minute. Never mind, I'm not gonna say that. Nav with Good Intentions is more of his bad habits. Like, I don't understand how you come through with another album that is cover art almost exactly the same as the one you released a year and a half ago, that is just as underwhelming, that contains just as many of the blunders that you had off your last record. It's almost like he's listened to or heard zero criticism of his work, and I'm not expecting him to go look that stuff up. I mean, you making money, but it's just hard for me to believe that people are actually playing this music. Like, where do these fans exist? Where is it? Are we playing basically, you know, popular, you know, psychedelic, ethereal trap artist throwaway songs? Like, where are we playing those? Like, I'd rather listen to Quavo. I'd rather listen to Offset. I'd rather listen to Travis Scott. I'd rather listen to so many other artists that do these sounds and rap over these beats with much more personality. Despite them having a formula themselves, they still have a routine that's a little bit more heartfelt, a little bit more, I guess, human than this Nav stuff that he's got going on here. It's just bad. Now, don't get me wrong, there are bright spots in between the rubble. You know, there are moments where you're digging through a cave and you might see a glimmer of light, but then it's immediately blocked by another big ass boulder of a song that's just as trash as the one you heard maybe 3 before, because it's an inconsistent project. Some of the best, I believe, are with features, and there is one feature that I think he does outshine his features, or one moment where I think he outshines his features, but even still, it's like, I feel like if that track didn't have others to break up the monotony of his own voice, I might get tired of that one too. And I guess that's really my biggest issue with Nav and just this project, is that it gets so monotonous. The subject matter is the same. I mean, I'm not trying to come at Nav in that way or be extremely negative about it, but do we need to hear about how much of a struggle it is for you to be a brown boy? Do we need to hear how much of a struggle it is for you to be in the position that you're in right now? You literally had to make up a song about someone that was hating on you because you have that little influence or that little, like, presence, that you have to make a track where someone's hating on you. This is how you see the people that have anything to say about you in a negative light. This is how you see them. You could take their girl, you can turn them from a housewife to a hoe, you got more money than they do. Like, these are the things that matter to Nav at almost 30 or maybe older by now, I don't know. And it's reflected in his music. You gotta be hanging around teenagers. You gotta be on your R. Kelly vibes, waiting for people to get out of high school to keep making music like this at your age. Instrumentally here, it has a little bit more to offer than Bad Habits, but with Nav rapping over him, like, it's like making a 5-star meal and then, like, putting a chicken, you know, a chicken nugget from McDonald's next to it. Nav makes music for people that think that they're hated on when really no one is thinking about them at all. The dude that retweets his own tweets or thinks he's funnier than the comedians. Dudes that get up at 12 p.m. but say everybody's sleeping on them. Nav is, if I could say anything, the feeling of having to pee but not wanting to get out of bed to go do it. I mean, there are a couple of songs that I like, but as a whole, as a project, I'm not digging it. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.